Okay guys, we're going to look at movement here, and what do I mean by movement? Now, very often people confuse movement and exercise. Now, exercise is movement within a certain period of time at a different intensity. Now, very often it's great, and people who love doing exercise and who are exercise enthusiasts, or they're just doing for their health benefit, is good. But depending how often you're doing it, very likely people are doing maybe once a day if they're really exercise enthusiasts. But throughout the day, what's happening, they're not really having movement. They're sitting for long hours. And this took me a shock, actually, when I saw that some of the studies that despite you're doing some form of exercise, but because you're sitting throughout the day, you're still having what we call a sedentary lifestyle. And that's very dangerous, to have a very sedentary lifestyle. So what you really need is at regular intervals to have movement in your body, to get the blood circulation flowing, to get the lymphatic system moving in the body, so that you have enough energy and also stay healthy. So it's very key to have this awareness about movement. If you're working at home and you are by your desk, the one thing that I say, ideally speaking, every 20 minutes you should be moving from your computer, but it might not happen. Like for me, when I coach people, I might be sitting for 45-50 minutes on my computer. But what I do next is then I stand up and do some exercise, which some you probably already know. They're very simple but very effective exercise, which I use from Qigong. So I just stand on my feet, what we call lifting up the mountain, and come down. So as you do that, you bring the circulation back into your body, because what's been happening is in Qigong, what we say that the calf muscle and the thigh and the glute are what we call the three little hearts, and they actually pump blood back and helping the heart do the work that it's doing. So if you really have some self-love for yourself, really loving your heart, it's really, really important that you help in that whole process throughout the day, so that your body, your heart's not working too hard and avoiding, further issues in down the line. So it's very, very key to be aware and conscious about movement throughout the day, so that you don't have that sedentary lifestyle. And when we talk about movement, it's not just about the muscle and doing what sometimes people do things like high intensity workout, which is very effective, and you can do that in the morning or whenever time that suits you. But having an exercise which is called a light form of exercise, or lit, throughout the day, like having a bit of a movement, just every 1 hour, getting off your computer and just standing up and moving around, or just go for a walk. Things like that are very key, but also having a bit of a structured way of doing it, having that sort of discipline, because we're talking about performance here, and performance is all about discipline. And as you do that, and as you do it throughout the day, even if it's 5 minutes, every 1 hour, you just break your time and just look after yourself, move your body, stretch. And maybe in the afternoon do a bit of yoga, or like I do, I love Qigong, or things like just working in your own garden, or have a walk with a family. It's going to really help you to have that movement that you need in your life, so that you can become a very efficient, effective, and boosting your energy throughout the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.